Wake up. Wake up.
I fell asleep.
I think you were dreaming. You're kind of twitching or something.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had like a crazy dream.
What was it about? Do you remember?
Yeah, we were like in like this tropical sunny place. And I don't know, I like walked outside and there was like a canal on a boat. And we got in and then we went boating on the ocean. It was like nice sunny weather with nice blue water.
That sounds really nice right about now with all this rain and cold and gloomy weather.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm like dreaming about all this tropical stuff.
Yeah, that would be pretty epic.
Been having a lot of these dark, cloudy days, and
Where did it look like?
it seemed like the Keys.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be, imagine if you could camp in the Keys for like the whole winter or something. Like,
yeah, that would be
but
nice.
it's not possible there. All the campgrounds get booked up.
That's probably one of the best dreams I've ever had.
That would be a dream come true.
Maybe I should just go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty dark and cloudy outside.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you want to go for a walk to wake yourself up?
yeah, I guess.
Grab your hat and go outside.
You might want to come look at this.
Why?
It looks kind of like my dream.
What are you talking about?
Or am I still asleep? No.
So a lot has changed since last you saw us. In the last episode, we had just finished our Alaska Canada trip. We had just finished the Canadian Rockies, Jasper and Banff. That was September. Now we're in January. It's a new year and our lives are completely different. We have so much to catch you up on. And no, this isn't a dream. We actually moved to the Florida Keys. This is a dream come true for us though. Our first trip to the Florida Keys was back in 2018 and we fell in love, as most people do when they visit the Florida Keys. We've been back to the Florida Keys multiple times since then, but only for a week or two at a time. In 2021, we brought you the Ultimate Florida Keys Travel Guide. In 2022, we did the Ultimate Marathon Travel Guide. And then in 2023, we did the Ultimate Key West Travel Guide and Food Tour. And we were able to do those just being here 1 week, two at a time. We're super excited to be here for a long time. And you might be wondering how did this happen? What's going on? And let's catch up so we're all on the same page. So in September, we had just finished the Alaska Canada trip. We had crossed the border in Washington.
We had our wheels and tires stored there. If you don't know what we're talking about, you can watch our Truck Camper Nightmare video. We explained there what happened. We had to go back there and pretty much pick them up and figure out what to do with them. At first we tried to sell them, but no one was interested. They want to throw them away because the wheels have brand new tires on them, and they're worth a lot of money. So we had to figure out what to do. So we ended up buying a small utility trailer and towing them back with us and the truck camper all the way back to Ohio, across the whole country. And while we were there, it was like close by Seattle, so it just rained the whole week.
Our whole summer and fall and most of the winter now, like rain has been following us everywhere we've gone. Like we had beautiful days in Alaska for the main things that we wanted to visit, but in between there was a lot of rainy days that we wouldn't film on. So we had a rainy, cool summer. we had pretty beautiful days in Canada.
Yeah.
And then we got to like the Seattle, Washington area, and it rained for a week straight, like downpour raining.
And we couldn't leave because we were trying to sell the wheels.
Yeah.
And then after a week of seeing the rain and no one like buying them, that's when we got the utility trailer and tried to tow them back to Ohio with us. After we left Washington, we drove down to Montana. We had like 2 sunny days there, and that's when I changed all the fluids and filters in the truck after the long Alaska Canada trip.
So in Montana, we got this storm system with high winds, rain, cold that just followed us all the way to Ohio pretty much.
Yeah, when we were driving through South Dakota, it was like windy, rainy. The wind was 30 miles per hour, and like it even shifted our camper.
Don't drive a truck camper in 30 mile per hour winds because
Yeah.
it'll shift the whole truck camper on your truck bed.
We didn't really film much. We did drive up and see Mount Rushmore, but it was like 30 degrees and there was
It's like a severe weather advisory and there's like snow and ice in the forecast.
so we just left and kept driving.
Out of the 34-hour totals, we had about 11 hours left to Ohio. Our trailer started falling apart.
Yeah, so I bought a few things, kind of put it back together as best as I could, and we slowly made our way back to Ohio. We spent like a couple weeks there with our family. We haven't seen them for pretty much like a year
Almost a year, yeah.
because we started our trip. We drove down to Florida, and then from Florida we went out west all the way to Alaska and back to Ohio. So we were gone for like 11 months, almost a year.
Yeah. The highlight of our stay with our family is meeting our new baby nephew. He was born while we were in Alaska. So we met him for the first time. So adorable.
I'll wait for him for a helicopter to
There's
go
a
by.
helicopter.
Then after we stayed in Ohio for a couple of weeks, we started heading down because winter was coming. And so we went down to South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach, and then we drove down to Charleston. We spent almost a week in Charleston, I think.
Yeah.
We've been to Charleston a few times, but we've never seen its beaches. So we went to the Isle of Palms and Folly Beach, just walking around there and the old town. And then after that, we went all the way to Florida.
And we were excited to get to Florida because we thought that finally we can get some sunlight, some warmth, that we're done with the rain that has been following us across the whole country. But when we got to Florida, it was like in San Augustine, we were there, and it just rained for a whole week again.
So we got to Florida. We still didn't have a plan what we're going to be doing. We knew we wanted to spend a week or two in the Florida Keys again just because we enjoyed a lot and probably to film some more content. So we started researching. An RV site popped up in the Florida Keys. But the catch with it was that you had to sign a 6-month lease for this spot. That was the really downside of it, was that it's like super expensive. Like this site is the same cost for a 3-bedroom house rent back in Ohio.
And this is just for an RV site.
This is just an RV site.
So, yeah.
We had a lot to think about, but we had to think fast because we knew this site would probably go like that. It was November at this point, and I knew like December people would start arriving to the Keys. January would be gone for sure. The Florida Keys peak season is like January through March, and everybody comes here. It's the warmest place in the lower 48. We thought about it and we thought, you know, when else would we have an opportunity to live in the Florida Keys ever? Like when else would we have the opportunity?
Yeah.
We knew if we didn't do this, like we'd probably regret it. So it's one of those things like you just have to just do it, no? So we decided to go ahead and apply for this spot because this spot is like renting an apartment. Like you have to apply, do background checks. So we applied and they accepted us, and that was that. Like it was all in a matter of like 2 weeks that we decided, applied, and got accepted, and it went so fast.
Start getting stuff ready. Like you need to hook up electricity here, water, everything. It's pretty much like getting a house or an apartment for rent. At the RV resort that we're staying, you're not allowed to take the camper off the truck. We didn't really want to take off ourselves just in case there's a hurricane or something so you can evacuate faster. So that meant we had to get a different vehicle. So we started searching for a vehicle. We ended up buying a truck.
Again, in like a 2-week, this is all in a 2-week time period. It was like insane. It all happened so fast.
The truck we bought is similar to the one we have already. and you'll see that probably in another video. I'll probably do a tour of everything.
We would like to do like our whole new setup tour for you guys.
So after we bought the truck, we researched, we bought it, then I had to get all the registration, insurances and everything, license plates, pretty much residents. We are residents of Florida.
Almost. We just don't have a driver license yet. But
Yeah.
we have a car registered here. We have an address, water, electric to our name.
Yeah.
Like we have bills.
So after that got done, we headed down to the Keys.
I remember that first day. It was so hot.
It was really
Like,
hot.
I don't think there's been a hot day like that since we've been here.
Yeah, that was like
it was
real
like
hot.
85. It was like scorching.
humid,
you
yeah.
could feel the sun just melting you when you walked out with the humidity. So we got to the Keys. We made it with both the trucks and the camper. And our spot is on a canal.
Then we were thinking like, if you have a canal, you just walk out of the camper right into a canal, and it has a boat parking. Like you can attach your boat and keep your boat there. And the canal goes out into the ocean. So like you get in your boat in the canal, and in like 1 minute you're out in the ocean. And we were like, we have to get a boat.
I know, like it would be such a shame to be here in Florida, in the Florida Keys,
And have a
on
canal and not have a boat.
and not just get a boat.
So we started looking for a boat. And that was a big process too, because we have zero knowledge of boats. So
Yeah.
I had to research kind of what I'm looking for. We looked at a couple of boats and we finally bought one. And it was cool how we bought one. The guy selling it was,
On the same street as us,
Yeah.
kind of meant to be, and the boat, it's perfect for us.
when we do our full tour,
Yeah.
you'll see it. That worked out great. So after we got the boat, we also had to register it, change the title, figure out how to work everything and drive. And I had to get a boat license, which was like 4 or 5 hours of reading stuff, answering questions, taking tests. So I got the boat license. We got everything kind of figured out. That's what we've been doing for a while. The weather also has been a little bit cloudy and stormy in the Keys.
It's been pretty windy, cloudy, rainy for most of December
Yeah.
and a lot of January so far. It's like, I think it's the El Nino winter. So down here it means wet.
I'm
It's
like
been in the
60s,
70s,
70s, 80s.
So we're not
Just-
complaining at all.
And everything's green.
It's beautiful here.
That's what we've kind of been working on, trying to figure everything out, doing all the paperwork, just trying to settle into our new lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because it's a big change when we're on the road every day, just keep going from place to place, and then to like just settle down.
We needed this change. We've been on the road full time for 2.5 years, just on the move constantly. We haven't really been living in a place for long. And also just the rain and stuff was following us everywhere. And it's just nice to be in the sunshine and with the palms. It's just, like I said, it's a dream come true. We're super excited to be here. We're excited to bring you Florida Keys content from this beautiful place. Are you guys surprised about our new location? Did you guys see this coming? I mean, we didn't see this coming. This all happened in a span of 2 weeks in November, where our next 6 months was decided in a span of 2 weeks. And it was a whirlwind, and we spent the last month just settling in, getting everything together. So now we are free to create content for you guys from this beautiful location. So let us know in the comments what you want to see from here. Since we have the boat, we have a lot of options now open to us to go, fishing, boating, exploring new islands.
Trying to find some sandbars in the ocean.
There's so many cool things to do here. Let us know in the comments what you want to see. We're just so happy to be here. We're excited to have you along with us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.